I'm in a hurry. We're doing this in one take. I'm not having any cuts. I'm Cthulhu. Welcome to Week 9 of the United Football League. The playoff teams are locked. Every team that's going to make the playoffs has already clinched it. So in the USFL, you have the Stallions and the Panthers. In the XFL, you have the Battlehawks and the Brahmas. These are our teams. This is who is going to be making the playoffs. The Showboats, Roughnecks, Defenders, and Renegades have all been eliminated. With that out of the way, the games this week were interesting, as in sloppy. They were very sloppy. So let's get right into it. Showboats, Panthers. The Showboats, their O-line is terrible, as usual. Cookus got harassed all day. Who's surprised? Their hurry-up offense is better than their regular offense, which is very confusing to me. I don't know why they don't just run hurry-up all the time, but whatever. Bad snaps, fumbles, interceptions, they just looked bad all day. Did not look like it was much of a contest between them and the Panthers. Their defense is also awful. Just everything about them is bad. They can't tackle, they can't pass, they can't catch, they can't block anything. The Panthers, however, Perkins as a backup quarterback, I think they're fourth of the year now, is a great runner. His throwing is solid. Their pass rush looked amazing, but I don't really know if that's as much about the Panthers being great or the Showboats being terrible, in all fairness. Near disastrous muffed punt at the end that they thankfully managed to cover. Almost cost them the game, but thankfully they got on top of it. This was a weird game. Not either team's best showing, especially not the Showboats. But the Panthers did okay. A little bit messy. Roughnecks, Stallions. The Roughnecks surprised me in a good way this week. Their defense was solid as usual. They got hot right near the end of the game. They were actually getting close to tying it and taking it to overtime. But of course, the Stallions defense did what the Stallions defense does and stopped them before they could even get there. Generally, I'd say the Roughnecks looked sloppy. There were a lot of missed opportunities throughout. And I think if they had tightened it up just a little bit, they very well could have upset the Stallions, which is something I never thought was even remotely possible going into this game. The Stallions, though, Martinez is the leading rusher in the UFL, which is crazy. For a quarterback to be the leading rusher in a football league. Unbelievable. He is one of a kind. And I'm loving watching him play. The defense stopped Houston just as they got hot, like I said. They're just the complete package. It feels like their rush attack, their passing, their catching, their defense. There's not a weak spot in the Stallions. Not this year, anyway. Maybe in the future people will figure them out. Right now, they just look unstoppable. I don't know how anyone beats them in the playoffs. I'm really uncertain. Defenders Battlehawks, the game that got the Battlehawks to their playoff spot for good. The Defenders shot themselves in the foot repeatedly, especially with their defense. Greg Williams, for those unfamiliar, Greg Williams was the defensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints when they won the Super Bowl, and he instigated a bounty system wherein they used a slush fund that would pay out to defensive players who injured opponents. So he encouraged the defensive players to try to cause injuries. And wouldn't you know it, that style of play, when it's actually being refereed well, results in a lot of penalties. Penalties which, when you're this close to pulling off the upset, are a difference maker, and not in a good way. He cost them the win, almost single-handedly. And I'm not exaggerating. Greg Williams does not deserve to have a job. For many reasons, least of which is he's a bad coach. The offense seemed lethargic for the Defenders. They did not seem that interested. Ta'amu really tried his damnedest, but the rest of the offense just did not feel like they were there. Dumb coaching, oh my god. Okay, so right near the end, with 2 minutes left, the Battlehawks scored a touchdown. It was very close. For some reason, the Defenders threw their super challenge, even though if they overturned the touchdown, that would mean that if the Battlehawks then went on to score, they would have even less time to answer. I don't understand. I don't get it. Thankfully, for their sake, it already got reviewed in the booth before he threw the challenge flag, so they got it back. But man, what a boneheaded move by the Defenders coaching. The Battlehawks, this was not a great week for them. They clinched a playoff spot, but did not really inspire a lot of confidence in me. way too aggressive on fourth down. They went for it on fourth so many times, and not always did it work out. Wilkins was okay at quarterback. His runs especially were a highlight. His passing was all right, but he's the backup. He's doing what he can, and I got to give him props for that. The defense was really good early, and then just folded right near the end. They almost cost them the game because they just played prevent. I don't understand why teams keep playing prevent defense, but whatever. Yeah, not my favorite showing from the Battlehawks, but they clinched a playoff spot. So what can you do? The other team to clinch a playoff spot, Renegades Brahmas. The Brahmas clinched a playoff spot by winning here, but they also did not inspire a whole lot of confidence in me. The Renegades, Perez deserves better. He's such a good quarterback. He's so good. And he has very little help from his team. He's got a few great tight ends and a few great receivers, and that is it. Their O-line sucks. They barely give Perez any time to work. Everybody on that team, other than Perez, just looked like they expected to lose by the end of the first quarter. And that's inexcusable. Not on a player side, but on a coaching side. It felt like they were all unmotivated. And I don't know how that happens. It's just I don't know. They're sad. They're a laughingstock, without a doubt. To go from winning a championship last year to this, inexcusable. The Brahmas, McFarland is a great running back. I had not really taken note of him before. Oh my God, he's ridiculous. He's lightning in a bottle at times. The defense was solid for the Brahmas. Somewhat undisciplined. There were a lot of penalties on the Brahmas side, some of which came at really inopportune times. They were at 4th and 2, right near the goal line, and they got a false start. Had to back up and do a field goal instead. They just undisciplined throughout the game, and it nearly cost them again and again. Luckily, they were able to sack Perez on the 4th and 12 attempt, which would have given the Renegades another shot to try to win the game. Managed to stop that, credit where credit's due. But yeah, the Brahmas, it's going to be a messy XFL championship game, is all I know. I don't know why I just put this away. My power rankings, we're going to make this quick. Number 8, the Showboats. They're awful. Number 7 is the Renegades, also awful. Number 6 are the Roughnecks. Awful, but they have fight, which is more than can be said for the other two. Defenders, not good. Just not a good team. Brahmas, messy. Hate to do this. Battlehawks also just look messy. Panthers, Stallions. I think the Panthers have a legitimate shot to be the upset. I think they can do it. I'd love to see it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't think it's impossible. Anywhere near impossible, in fact. I think they have a healthy chance of doing it. I'm excited. It'll be fun. Next week's games. The Battlehawks versus the Renegades. Battlehawks are winning. Easy peasy. Birmingham Stallions versus San Antonio Brahmas. The Stallions are winning. No question. The DC Defenders and the Memphis Showboats. It's going to be messy, and I think the Defenders are going to win at the end of the day. Michigan Panthers versus Houston Roughnecks. Panthers win that easy. So that's all I got for you. Again, very short this week. I wanted to make it quick because I'm kind of in a hurry to start streaming soon. But thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon. Feel free to join my Discord server. I post my stream and upload schedules there. I have a Twitter, an Instagram, a TikTok you can follow me on. I have a WordPress blog that I upload on every 6 months or so. My SCP author page, if you like short little horror stories, is in the description. I also have an Etsy shop where I sell little polymer clay figurines like this fella. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and go Battlehawks. Yeehaw.